What's shaking, Rebels fans? Andy Gutьеррес coming to you from outside my office door, inside the Lucasfilm headquarters. This week, the crew left Zeb and the droids alone on Chopper Base, and wouldn't you know it, hijinks ensued. Lucky for you, I'm here to show you how the episode was made. Rebels Recon starts right now. With most of the crew off on a training mission, Zeb is left behind with the droids to guard Chopper Base.
I don't have to stay here and listen to this. I'll be in the command center.
However, when Fulcrum warns Zeb that the Empire has deployed an infiltrator droid, it's up to the trio to disarm and reprogram it before it self-destructs.
Got it.
After temporarily freezing the droid, Zeb manages to send it back to the Empire for immediate detonation, inadvertently revealing their location to Thrawn.
The rebels have won this battle, but the war will be ours.
Warhead was one of those rare episodes that lets the droids take center stage. I sat down with the crew to talk about the origins of the story, the design of the infiltrator droid, and Thrawn's overarching intentions. Check it out. Sticking Zeb alone with Chopper and AP5 seems like a natural recipe for comedy. How was Warhead originally conceived?
Originally, it was actually going to be a Rex Zeb episode, if I remember correctly. But ultimately, I think the dynamic between Zeb and the droids lends itself to more fun opportunities.
This seemed really interesting to kind of go back to Zeb's roots as this captain. He's a capable leader, and the idea of the droid was very much inspired by one of Ralph McQuarrie's original illustrations for C-3PO.
I'll tell you a regret I have. If I had known, and if we had all thought about the fact that this droid and when it was going to air, I probably would have redesigned that droid to look more like K2, because they're very similar at the end of the day. It would have made a nice little bit of continuity.
Was the infiltrator droid sent out specifically to find Sato's group of rebels, or was it just doing general recon for potential problems?
I think it is part of Thrawn's agenda to find this particular group of rebels. Thrawn's the kind of character who will find a solution beyond what the standard Imperial protocols may be.
You think about it, droids armed with a warhead that can go in and explode are extremely dangerous. And you figure that, wow, this is a fantastic weapon. Actually, the weapon is so dangerous, they were outlawed by the Empire. So Thrawn was actually breaking an Imperial mandate by sending these droids out in attempts to find Sato's group.
Aside from Zeb, the other three main characters in Warhead are all droids. How do you go about showcasing each droid's individual personalities?
AP5 and Chopper just naturally gelled, I think. I mean, there are versions of 3PO and R2, but they're tweaked to such a degree that it really makes them unique for Rebels. The other droid basically has an absence of personality because it's this tool, it's this instrument that's being used by the Empire. I think that kind of subconsciously helps remind us that to our Rebels, droids are real people, and to the Empire, droids are just tools.
It's just fun. You could really make them these quite distinct characters. It's something that always shocked me about R2. He's ultimately just a tin can that sits there, but through the movements of Kenny Baker, the beeps that Ben Burt put on him, he has a tremendous amount of character for really no facial expression whatsoever. That's one of the most magic things in Star Wars that captures people, that are these droids.
Thank you, Mr. D2. I'll get right on it. Chopper, what are you doing? Your trainer's over there.
Quick work.
In this stack of cards, I hold a question. A single question selected by a shadowy cabal of internet video producers designed to bewilder and befuddle our resident Star Wars expert, Pablo Idalgo of the Lucasfilm Story Group. That, or he'll answer it immediately in this leadable I'll be for nothing. Let's go find out. Yo, Pablo, I got a question for you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, Chels has a timeline question. When we meet Saw in Rebels, has Jyn already come and gone from his life? Where is she during these episodes?
Jin's been gone for like 4 years now, and Saw's not going to see her for another 2 when Rogue One happens. As far as what she's up to at this time, can't really tell you now, but hopefully you'll be able to read about it very soon.
Okay, but then what about the
Queen egg? Is it the same queen from the Vader comic? Yeah, that is the idea. I don't want to connect too many dots because that might be a story yet to be told somewhere, but the thought is that is indeed the queen that hatches from Click-Clack's egg.
Okay, now, but what about
It gets so big because Click-Clack's taken care of her and he's got all that supply of royal jelly, so these things can grow pretty fast. And it speaks basic because you got all that droid apparatus around you, and Click-Clack may be able to understand it, but he can't speak it, but Geonosian queens can speak it.
Okay, but how how about the...
In terms of what does that mean, why does it call itself Queen Karina the Great? Well, again, not to spoil too much, but that queen is not altogether right in the head.
But does that mean
Does
that...
it mean that they're all gone forever and ever? Well, those tunnels run pretty deep, so that there may be hope for Geonosians in the future. You never know.
All right, well, thanks, Pablo.
Oh, yeah, one other thing. That wasn't Ray Sloan. It was Captain Brunson.
Settled. Thank you. Drat. Foiled again. Curse you, Hidalgo. Have any more questions about Warhead or any other Rebels questions you want answered? Tweet them to @StarWars using the hashtag Rebels Recon and we'll answer what we can online. And now it's time for the moment that our internal analytics statistically say that you've been looking forward to most out of this entire episode, the sneak peek of our next Rebels episode, Trials of the Darksaber. Enjoy.
I didn't know Mandalorians developed a type of lightsaber.
We didn't. This was one of a kind. Legend tells that it was created over 1,000 years ago by Tar Vizsla, the first Mandalorian ever inducted into the Jedi Order. After his passing, the Jedi kept the saber in their temple. That was until members of House Vizsla snuck in and liberated it. They used the saber to unify the people and strike down those who would oppose them. At one time, they ruled all of Mandalore wielding this blade.
Thanks for watching Rebels Recon. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. But in the meantime, check out the episode guide for Warhead on StarWars.com on Monday. We're done. You can stop. You can stop now.